Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news you know. Folks, when we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, we're talking about a team that's been building something special over the past few seasons. And right now, the buzz is all about the latest developments that could shape their upcoming stretch in the NFL. Just when it looked like the Eagles were cruising along smoothly, especially after that impressive Sunday performance, some troubling injury news has thrown a bit of a shadow over their plans. It's always tough when key players go down, especially at this crucial point in the season, and this week's injuries to Landon Dickerson and Grant Calcaterra are raising some eyebrows among fans and analysts alike. Now, let's get into the details. Landon Dickerson, the rock of that stellar offensive line, was ruled out midway through the third quarter of their game against the Denver Broncos. It's never a good sign when a player of his caliber has to leave the field, especially when he's been a vital part of the Eagles' offensive success. Dickerson, known for his strength and agility, has been instrumental in protecting Jalen Hurts and opening lanes for the running game. His presence on that line is more than just about blocking. It's about stability, leadership, and ensuring that the offense functions smoothly. Losing him, especially in a game that was already shaping up to be competitive, could have ripple effects not just for that game but for the weeks ahead. And speaking of that game, it's worth noting that the Eagles were actually leading at halftime, 17-3, which showed how dominant they'd been in the first half. But as we all know, football is a game of adjustments, and injuries can throw a wrench into even the most well-oiled machines. With Dickerson sidelined, the Eagles will need to rely on their depth on the offensive line, which, while talented, might not have the same seamless chemistry that they built with Dickerson anchoring the middle. But it's not just Dickerson who's dealing with injury issues. Grant Calcaterra, the number 2 tight end behind Dallas Goedert, was also ruled out just a few minutes after Dickerson with an oblique injury. Now, Calcaterra's role in the team is significant, especially given the importance of the tight end position in their offensive scheme. He's been a reliable target in certain situations, and losing him could impact their versatility and options in the passing game. For a team that's already been firing on all cylinders, losing a key piece like Calcaterra, even if he's not a superstar, is still a blow to their depth and flexibility. The timing of these injuries couldn't be worse either. The Eagles are gearing up for a quick turnaround because on Thursday Night Football, they're set to face the New York Giants. That's just a few days away, folks, and with injuries mounting, it's going to be a real test of their resilience, their depth, and their ability to adapt on the fly. The Giants, of course, are always a tough opponent, especially at home, and with the division rivalry heating up, every game counts. The NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league this year, and every injury, every missed opportunity, could be the difference between a division title and a missed playoff shot. Now, it's important to mention that the Eagles still have some positives to cling to. Jalen Hurts, for example, showed his elite talent once again with that 47-yard touchdown pass to Saquon Barkley. That play was a reminder of how dynamic and dangerous this Eagles offense can be when everything is clicking. Hurts has been a true franchise quarterback, leading the team with poise and making plays that keep defenses honest. His ability to extend plays and deliver under pressure is what keeps the Eagles in the conversation as Super Bowl contenders. But of course, his job gets even harder when key pieces like Dickerson and Calcaterra aren't available. This injury situation also poses questions about the Eagles' offensive line depth and how they're going to adjust for Thursday's game. The offensive line has been a cornerstone of their success, with players like Lane Johnson and Jason Kelce providing veteran leadership. But the loss of Landon Dickerson could require some shuffling and quick thinking. The coaching staff will have to get creative, potentially giving more responsibility to younger players or those who haven't had as much playing time. It's a real test of their coaching acumen, And honestly, it's a chance for some of these guys to step up and prove they belong at this level. When we look at the bigger picture, these injuries could influence the team's strategy moving forward. The Eagles have been a balanced team, both offensively and defensively, but now they're going to need to lean even more on their defense and special teams to cover up for the offensive line's vulnerabilities. The defense, led by a talented group, has been solid all season, and that's going to be crucial now more than ever. They'll need to generate turnovers, pressure the quarterback, and keep the opposition from exploiting the gaps left by those injured players. And let's not forget the divisional implications. The NFC East is fiercely competitive, with every team eager to capitalize on any weakness. The Cowboys, for instance, are always lurking, ready to pounce if the Eagles stumble. The Giants, their upcoming opponent, will undoubtedly try to take advantage of the Eagles' injury woes, especially with the game happening at MetLife Stadium, a place where they often thrive. The Washington Commanders are also in the mix, looking to climb back into playoff contention, and every game in this division is more than just about the standings. It's about pride, momentum, and long-term positioning. Looking ahead, the Eagles will be hoping that these injuries aren't as serious as they initially appear. They're a resilient team, with a strong coaching staff led by Nick Sirianni, who's proven time and again that he can get the best out of his players, even in adverse situations. But it's clear that depth will be tested, and the next few days will be critical in determining how well they can manage these setbacks. The team's medical staff and trainers will be working around the clock to evaluate the injuries, and there's always a hope that some players might be able to return sooner rather than later, especially with the short turnaround before their next game. This week's game against the Giants will be a real litmus test. The Eagles have shown they can perform under pressure, and their talent remains undeniable, but overcoming adversity like this, especially with key players out, is what separates good teams from great ones. If they can manage to get through this stretch with a win, it would send a strong message to the rest of the league that this team is still a serious Super Bowl contender, even when faced with obstacles. And speaking of the bigger picture, the NFC East race is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Each game feels like a playoff preview, and the Eagles are right in the thick of it. Their ability to adapt, to rally around their injured teammates, and to keep their eyes on the prize will define their season from here on out. The fans, of course, are riding this roller coaster with passion. They want their team to succeed, to overcome these hurdles, and to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and right now, there's a sense of cautious optimism mixed with concern, but that's what makes following the Eagles so thrilling. In the end, what we're witnessing here isn't just a story about injuries. It's about resilience, depth, coaching, and the unbreakable spirit of Philadelphia Eagles football. They've faced adversity before, and they've come out stronger. This season isn't over yet, and with the right adjustments, the right mindset, and a little bit of luck, they can still make a deep playoff run. The journey continues, and as always, the Eagles faithful will be right there, cheering every step of the way, hoping for the best and ready to support their team no matter what. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for joining us, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.